Hi everyone, I'm Sherry Moshe. Welcome to my channel. In today's tutorial, as you've probably guessed, we're going to be doing this sexy wildcat look, so if this is something you'd be interested in learning, stay tuned. Fun fact, the spots in this tutorial, though commonly referred to as cheetah print, are actually based on a leopard's fur pattern, as you can see here. You can feel free to do some research into all the countless feline fur patterns you can base your makeup look off of, but today we're doing leopard. So, to start out, I'm just doing my usual primer, color corrector, and foundation routine. I'm using the round end of a dampened beauty blender, doing a bajillion dabs as opposed to wiping it. I personally like mixing foundation colors together to get that perfect skin tone match. Now I'm going in with the other side of the beauty blender with some concealer, about 2 shades lighter than my skin tone, to erase the bags under my eyes, and this will double as the highlight when we contour. Using a NYX contour stick on the nose, cheekbones, forehead, and jawline, then blending all that out here. I always recommend, especially if you have oily skin like me, to use a setting powder after your foundation. I also like to use the translucent powder to bake in the highlight areas and then brush it off after a few minutes. That just really helps set everything and creates a flawless overall finish. For the eyes, I'm going just above the crease using light brown eyeshadow and winging that out with a fluffy brush. Using bronzer, I darkened the contour to make it a bit more dramatic and also put a generous amount on my neck and forehead where the spots are going to go to mimic the leopard's fur color. I'm putting a touch of blush on the apples and applying highlight powder above the cheekbone contour, putting some highlight on the bridge of my nose as well. Now back to the cat eyes, I'm going below the light brown with a medium brown eyeshadow, and then below that with an even darker brown eyeliner pencil in my crease, winging out both of those. This is going to create a really cool gradient effect when you blend it all out. Using a white eyeshadow, put a smidge below the brow arch and just outside both caruncles, which is a really fun word to say. Then I put makeup remover on a pointed Q-tip to make the cut crease. After you wipe away any excess remover, use some concealer to make that cut crease so friggin' sharp it could kill somebody. Then use the dark brown liner again to redefine your cut crease and make a huge cat eye, winging it out past my brows in this case. Using that same brown liner, I'm leaving a gap below my lower lash line. You'll see why later. It's part of a fancy illusion to make your eyes look ginormous. You want the outside of the bottom wing shorter than the top liner for this look, and I like to bring the inside of the bottom line onto my nose a bit, which is a fun little cheat to make the bridge of your nose look nice and skinty. Then, using those medium and light brown eyeshadows, we're doing the same gradient blending effect, this time going downward away from the eye, with the lightest brown always being the furthest color away from your actual eyeballs. With a white eyeliner pencil, go ahead and fill the lower waterline as well as that gap between your eye and the brown liner. Follow that same wing out between the top and bottom wings. I used a white face paint to brighten that line up and also to put some white on my eyelids too here. Using a gold shimmery eyeshadow, I'm using that just in the middle of my eyelid, leaving a small white gap between the gold and that dark brown liner, then using some of the medium brown eyeshadow on both sides of the gold, also leaving a bit of white above it so we keep that cut crease going strong. I also put a little glitter on the gold to really make that pop. Then using some black liquid liner, I'm drawing right along my lash line and winging it out both sides of my eyes, nice and dramatic / cat-like, and I put some of that black liner just on the outside part of the bottom of my eyes on that brown line we drew there, and I blended that out a bit on the bottom false lash line. With white eyeshadow, put that below the nose all the way to the lips to create the chops, and then paint some tiny spots with black liquid liner and some cute little flicky type motions to make for the wispy whiskers. Here I used black face paint for the nose, followed by whatever you normally do for your eyebrows. I typically just fill in a bit with a pencil, then brush it out. I added a bit more bronzer where the spots are going because I decided it still wasn't dark enough. I put some black lipstick on, followed by a half strip lash on the false lower lash line, and then some super long dramatic lashes on top, and a bit of white eyeshadow on the lips for some dimension. Now we're onto the spots. There are a few different ways you can create this effect. I did a combination of using black face paint and a stencil, and then freehand filling in more spots where I felt it was needed. You can do the brown part of the spots first, but that works better if you're freehand painting them all. And since we're doing a good number here, the stencil just seemed like a quicker and more efficient way to go in this particular case. To make the spots look more realistic, make sure they are not touching each other. They can get pretty close together so long as they don't connect. Not that the lashes are dry, put a little mascara on them to blend them with your real lashes and give them a little more oomph. I also cleaned up that top line with some black liquid liner. Use a medium brown eyeshadow to fill in the spots. Word of caution here, make sure the black paint is completely dry. And you're going to have to clean up some of the black lines after you're done with the eyeshadow, but not all of them, just the ones that you feel need it. And there you have it! Now you're a sexy kitten leopard thing. I hope you enjoyed this look, and if so, please like and subscribe and let me know what other makeup looks you'd like to see.